Hello everyone and welcome into the Herb Carnegie Centennial Center for one of many North York Rangers home games in the month of October. They're here just about every Tuesday and Sunday. Today they get the privilege of hosting the King Rebellion. The first time Kings making their way to Herb Carnegie, well, since relocating from Brantford. The lone meeting between these two teams actually in Niagara last year, a 2-0 King win at the Showcase. So North York yet to make a trip out to King, and King making their first trip here to North York. The King Rebellion having a really surprisingly good season considering where things have been in the past. 8-4 to open the year, 7-3 in their last 10 games on a 2-game winning streak, but been a little weaker on the road, 4-3 on the road, and the Rangers had their lone win prevented from turning into a win streak. They lost 3-0 here on Sunday against Halliburton. Works its way behind the net. Matthew Anderson turns it over. The shot from Braden Boyle goes wide. Boyle actually still listed on the King roster online. Played one game with the Rebellion last season. 2 goals in that one. Clearance pass sent out. Antonio Cirquar has it roll off his stick. Tried to center it, but can't get it past Jaden Sturge. Boyle flies down the wing, taken down by Max Anderson. Very strong penalty kill for King as the face-off immediately covered King Rebellion side. Now, as I was saying about the Rebellion penalty kill, not only gets out, but is given away by Lucas Spano, so King gets a chance to clear it down the ice. They're at 89% on the penalty kill this season, but maybe the more impressive part, 21 for 21 on home ice. They've yet to give out a successful power play goal at home. Much weaker on the road, 7 power play goals against and 42 attempted kills. Back to the point, it's John Kenny. Holds the line and plays it down low. Babby tied up. Knocked past Spano by Ryan Castle. And eventually cleared out and down the ice into the far corner. Morvan thought about giving chase, but opts to leave it for Michael Zuyev. Zuyev finds fresh legs in Connor Irwin. Tries to backdoor feed Johnny Ringus, but just out of his reach. And Ringus deflects it wide, and it's cleared out and down the ice once again. Zuyev's going to take a seat now. Jaden Sturge, a chance to quarterback the second unit. Here's Mark Daryavin. He's going to backhand that up and into the neutral zone. The Rangers unable to get anything going here on this man advantage. Sent back below the goal line, bounces in front, covered up by Maven. A scrum ensues. Sturge got a little too deep there for the Rebellion liking, and they're letting him hear about it. The Rangers, maybe one shot. That's blocked on, doesn't get all the way through. It's Ryan Castle. He's going to track down the rebound, send it the length of the ice, and essentially mark it a successful penalty kill for the Rebellion. Zuyev going in offside. Looked the part of a veteran, 4-1, allowing just 13 goals in 6 appearances this year. A .914 save percentage, so a large part of what's been a successful start to the season for the visiting team. Shot from the point goes wide of the net. Played up. Babby tried to kick it forward, can't do so, and he throws a hit on Ryan Castle, but not before Castle sends it in to the Rangers' end. That pass bounces over the stick of Babby. Another dump in, caught by McGill. Cross ice pass out of the reach of Boyle and drop played behind the Ranger goal line. Picked up by Kyle Baston. Backdoor feed for Baston. He can't corral the loose puck, and Zev Zhang holds the line. Baston gets it right back now. Centering pass off the pad of Morvan. Now Matthew Babby crosses center ice, just chips it in behind the goal line in a change for the Rangers. Randy Mack gives chase. No icing. I think they're saying Baston either got a piece of it or the stick check from Burns prevented him from getting there. Play continues. War tries to bat it down. Patterson takes a big hit trying to settle a bouncing puck. And here's Antonio Surqua. Surqua steps around War. Tries to leave it for Mallory, but it's taken away. The clearance attempt held in. Surqua from the circle, steps around Mack, tries to center it off the wraparound. He ends up getting his own pass. Surqua finds a streaking D-man. Centering pass, stop the rebound, go through the blue paint, and poked out to center ice by Kyson Patterson. Here's Surqua with it again. The shot straight into the glove of Morvan. The net not even close to get back to the action. Draw makes its way behind the Rangers goal line. Kenny overplays the puck. This time he's gonna chip it out. Race nearly won by Johnny Ringus, but Justin Hune knocks it away. The speed on full display there for Ringus. Zuyev tied up, but steps away from his man. His pass kicks off the foot of Skozasi. And here's Jared McNeil. Tries to step around the season. 5 points in 4 games with the Wellington Dukes. And just made his presence felt both physically and on the stat sheets. Tilson bangs it off the boards and deflects up just a couple inches shy of our camera operator. Whew. Might have been the closest call we'll get all year. Sounds like one came out, but not at the game I was at, so. Maybe it was the opener. A few years ago. So this year I'm still good. Taken away by Deneen. He steps around Tilson. Stops up, holds, shot blocker away by Morvan. A Rangers player ends up in the net. It's Kane Tucker. The net off once again. Wouldn't be surprised to see Morvan just try and push it off next time he pushes from side to side. Here's Riley at the point shot. Blocked in front, Jacob McGill, and he's feeling that one. Morvan fixes his net finally. Walking in with plenty of space, shot held on to by Morvan. Plenty of looks early. That one coming from Nikita Daryavin. One set of the Daryavin twins. Surqua toss from the dot. Max Anderson gonna step in and see if he's got any better luck. Spano wins it clean to Sturge. Rung around the boards looking for Boyle, but he was far out in front of that one. Deflected by Surqua, but he doesn't get all the way through. And here's Braden Boyle flying through the neutral zone. Knocked up the puck by Hune. And quickly taken away by the Rebellion. Pass past everybody, and the Rangers take it away. Bobby throws it to the center of the ice. Nobody there except for Ryan Fairbairn. As these teams play hot potato with the puck. Hune dishes it back to Fairbairn. Anderson backhands it below the goal line. Makes its way to Fairbairn at the point. The wrist shot gloved easily by Morvan. Back there, you're right. Draw one, shot stopped. A quick release there. Spinning and firing again, it's Larmond. He's gotten a couple of good looks here early in this shift. Knocked off the puck there. The Rangers finally managed to get it out. Skozasi slides past a couple of King players, one of them a little slow to get up, and he's going to go to the bench injured. Looks like number 20, but I could be wrong. I am wrong. It's Zev Zhang. He's getting looked at by the trainers as McNeil throws it towards the goal. Morvan covers up. Big loss to the defense of King. A side that's built on their depth. Quickly dumped out of the Ranger zone. Castle can't keep it in. He's gonna split through the center of the ice. Dish it off to Anderson. Anderson knocked off the puck. Snyder, just corrals that with one hand and plays it to Irwin below the goal line. Irwin knocked off the puck, but Tucker forces a turnover. A fanned-on clearing attempt, a penalty coming up. It's going to be on Tucker for interference. Better at home, just over 71%. So a chance for King to open the scoring. Fairbairn waits out Snyder. Shot held on by Morvan. A great move at the blue line there, as Fairbairn not only stepped around Snyder, but caused him to blow an edge. Patterson make their way on. Here's Fairbairn. This time his pass deflected, and McNeil gloves. Huge tie-up off the draw, and eventually it'll be Justin Hune that comes away with it. Fairbairn, cross-ice feed, LeMans shot goes wide. Patterson fans on the initial effort, and the second effort can't get past McNeil, who's going to carry it out of the zone. Hune drops it off. Back to the point to Fairbairn. Shot gloved and held onto. The winger is getting too close on the far side. Draw one back to Sturge. He's going to hop that over the stick of Castle. Ringus nearly takes it away. But Circra walks into the zone. Dishes it off to Anderson. He's at the top of the circle. To the point now, Castle. Back to Anderson. Finds Circra. Shot straight into the chest of Morvan. They find themselves just shy of 200 penalty minutes. Top 8 in the league. Meanwhile, King at 164. No team anywhere near the Aurora Tigers, though. It's just 68 penalty minutes. The next team closest to them has 138, so clean hockey. Helping the Aurora Tigers out to a much better start than they got out to last year. Anderson gets it just shy of the goal line. Finds Castle up high. The wrist shot blocked in front. McGill got his foot on another one. Castle at the point, about to be 5-on-5 again. Backdoor feed, Anderson, shot stop the rebound. Tees up Mallory, shots blocked by Nolan Tilson. Steps around a couple of Rangers. Tucker just gets it over the blue line and out. But straight to the Rebellion. The Rangers desperately in need of a change here. Circwa has it taken away by Skozasi. If I'm not mistaken, a couple of former Aurora Tiger teammates right there. Played up ice. But again, King the first to grab it. Earhart stands up. Connor Irwin, and here's Luca Astri, his backdoor feed just off the target. Ward plays it up the wall to Tucker. Tucker tries to kick it out of the zone, can't do it. The pass just out of the reach of Jacob McGill. Daryavin was looking for Earhart. And now McGill sends it to the far side. Tucker takes a huge check there from Astri. And McGill's gonna finally flip it up and into the neutral zone. It's deflected, so icing waved off. And the Rangers getting the much needed change here with 7.5 to play in the first period. Here's Adam Smeaton. Taken down by Owen McGrogan. McGrogan's pass intercepted by Smeaton. Shot from a sharp angle off the side of the net. And Lachlan Larmans. Back to the point, Fairbairn. Dishes to Hune. Soft shot looking for a deflection. He finds it on McNeil. As the Rangers have been hemmed in their own zone for what feels like the last 5 to 6 minutes. Played up the wall to Lincoln Burns. Burns takes a bump but finds his man. Randy Mack walks in, shot. Glove down. You throw pucks towards the net. Draw one. Anderson loses it though. And Patterson can't get the shot towards the net. Tilson steps in front of Anderson on the dump-in. McGill shoots that off the back of Mack. It's knocked down. Morvan, rather than risk a high stick, blowing it dead, pokes it forwards, and Lincoln Burns on the rush finds Mack's shot. Once again, gloved and held onto by Noah Maven. Both goalies so far in this one doing a great job controlling rebounds. And we remain scoreless. No surprise here. But the Rangers are having a tough time scoring. Everyone's had a tough time scoring against King. But we'll dig a little deeper on that later. Smeaton steps around Sturge. Taken away by Snyder. His pass hits the stick of Ringus and bounces over him. But once again, the speed forcing Riley to go back and get it. Smeaton spins off the check, tries to find Riley. Instead, it's taken away. Played up to John Kenny, but past everybody. That one's got enough juice in it for icing. Overall loss, I guess, the other day against Collingwood. It was an OT loss. And Leamington, who's 9-2. If I'm not mistaken, those teams actually played in the OJHL finals last season, so good company to have in your defensive prowess. It's the Whistler's period. The Rangers shutout streak approaching 80 minutes. I guess a scoreless streak more than a shutout streak. As Jake Mallory corrals the puck off the faceoff, McGrogan whiffs on a check. Bobby doesn't, knocks Mallory off the puck, but not before he finds Riley at the point. Castle, shot deflects just wide of the net. Bobby throwing another big hit. Momentarily held in, Spano finds Bobby, or at least looks for Bobby. Hits a stanchion, nobody could locate it for a moment. Ward takes a big hit. Nobody has any issues with that. Here's Kyle Baston. Below the goal line, it's grabbed by Tilson, who does a great job of finding the open man. Patterson takes a big check. It's Finn Deneen knocking him down and keeping the puck in the Rangers zone. Mack pins his man to the boards. Nikita Daryavin. To the point now, Anderson. He holds it in. Finds Daryavin. Shot hits off Baston in front. And makes its way to the near side corner. Tilson throws a big hit on an unsuspecting Daryavin. And finally makes its way out of the zone. Here's Max Anderson. Zuyev got off the bench at maybe the perfect time and intercepts the pass. Steps around the first forward. That was Jake Mallory. Throws the shot towards the goal. And Maven's going to hang on. A physical shift there. Unfortunately, this one not being scored in hits. It's just like any other hockey game. It's being scored in goals. Still in search of the first one. Draw one back to Connor Irwin. Irwin spins and taken away immediately by Mallory. Anderson walks over the blue line. Irwin can't clear it off the boards. Surkwa to the point, Fairbairn. Zev Zhang back on the ice, always a good sign when you see a player leave the game at least momentarily, that he's back so quickly. Surkwa finds Max Anderson. Fairbairn's shot sneaks through everybody. Saved by Morvan. Surkwa tries to wrap around. Finds Fairbairn at the point. Shot deflects off the stick of Snyder wide of the net. But it breaks the stick. So Snyder without one. Anderson just off the mark on the one-timer. Irwin beats out the icing call. Nearly goes hard into the boards though, trying to fight off Zev Zhang. McGrogan spins off the pressure. Scorsese tries to bank it out off the boards, can't do it. Gets it right back though. And makes it past the near side corner. Gonna be a 2-on-2 here. McNeil with Smeaton. Smeaton spins off the check. Nearly gets it back with space. Instead, it's Castle. Up top, Smeaton's shot stopped in front. A great glove save by Morvan. Now it's the Rangers going the other way. Kenny's centering pass. Well off the mark. Scorsese couldn't get there. Dumped into the Rangers zone by Smeaton. Sturge nearly gives it away. That was scary for the Rangers. And now Tilson's going to bank it up and just over the line. It hit Babby at the blue line and he couldn't track it down. He has been loving the wrist shot the same way the goalies. I've been loving the glove save. That is Fairbairn loving the wrist shots, that is. Here's Warres dumping, blocked, and straight to the stick of Fairbairn. Good pass finds Baston, who's going to calmly play it below the goal line to Finn Dineen. Boyle bounces off a check. And here comes Lucas Spano, tries to step around Fairbairn. Spano takes down his man, and that's going to draw a but eventually you give up as many chances as the Rangers have, and you're tempting fate. Ringus pokes that even deeper off the clearance. I swear, the speed of Ringus on full display when trying to race for a loose puck near the offensive end. I get strong Mikhail Grabner vibes on the penalty. Kuhn plays it back, was looking for Lachlan Larmond, but plays it behind him, forcing Larmond to retreat. Larmond finds Smeaton, his centering pass off the skates of Tilson, but not out. Under 10 ticks to play. Kuhn backdoor just bounces over the stick of Larman. The shot blocked by Snyder, and that's going to be the end of the first period. Moments away from starting the second period here at Herb Carnegie Centennial Center. 20 minutes got us, well, back to where we started essentially. Still tied up 0-0, but we're starting this period with a Ranger in the box, Lucas Spano. A late tripping penalty 200 feet from his own net, and the Rangers are going to find themselves shorthanded for the first minute or so, maybe less, should they give up a goal. Here's Lachlan Larman. Plays it to Fairbairn at the point. The wrist shot blocked by Ringus, and he's a little ginger. Larman shot blockered away by Morvan. A nice save through a bunch of bodies. The slot shot there deflects over the net and finally cleared out into the neutral zone. Ringus gets to the bench. Tucker on, but a 5-on-3 momentarily. Tucker finally into the play as Larman controls it for King. Steps around Evan Snyder. Larman gives and go with Fairbairn. Kuhn back to the point. Larman, shots blocked by Tucker. He's gonna slop it to the far side corner. Tucker in some discomfort as well. It is those toes that get you. Might have been what got Ringus as well. Max Anderson spins off the check of Zuyev. Finds Castle, walks in, shot stopped by Morvan. The draw is gonna come to the right of Morvan. Played behind the net to Zuyev. Sturge rings it around the boards looking for Babby. A couple rebellion collide. Babby can't poke it forward though. And Surqua is gonna opt to play it back to Castle. Looked like the Rangers might have had a odd man rush, but they couldn't play it forward. Sometimes the ice here at Herb, straight out of intermission, kind of impacts, we'll say, how the puck moves on this ice, and maybe we saw that right there in front of the Rangers bench. Shot from the point, stopped by Morvan. Anderson takes a bump but plays it to the point. Castle, his pass deflects off the stick of Babby but stays in play. Zuyev's gonna flip it up but not out. Surqua keeps it in, finds a man. Wrist shot stopped by Morvan. He got a blocker on the shot by Jake Mallory. A pass looking for Babby is taken away, but Boyle forces another turnover. You want to talk about a revenge game. Braden Boyle has been everywhere so far, but an odd man rush. Surqua's centering pass deflects just wide. Looks like there's a net guard on the ice in the corner there. Kieran Riley shot deflected in front and a good pad save. Babby's clearing attempt just gets out, and Connor Irwin corrals the loose puck, throws it towards the goal. He's taken down. The goalie takes a spill. It's a miracle that play wasn't blown dead. Some people could have chugged a beer in the time it took for that play to continue. Now a takeaway at center ice by Snyder. Snyder tries to get inside Riley. Can't do so. Is a penalty gonna come up to King? One play looked much nicer than the other. As the Rangers win that draw so clean, it makes its way all the way back to their own goal line. So we have Bill's speed, finds a streaking Spano. Can't tuck it short side. Kenny shot scores! A well-designed play on the man advantage, and it's John Kenny, the beneficiary of it all. North York takes a 1-0 lead here at home. The 5th of the season for John Kenny, second in the man advantage. We're gonna have a slight delay here. Noah Maven's gotta fix a pad. But you really boards to a streaking Lucas Spano, who goes in alone, tries to go backhand, forehand. Maven made a great save, and John Kenny in the dirty areas fires it home up high. Kenny now takes sole possession of second on the Rangers in goals this season. But more importantly, the shutout streak comes to an end at just over 84, or the scoreless streak comes to an end at just over 84 minutes. Sturge dumps it in. Maven out to play it. Fakes off Johnny Ringus. It's never a great feeling when you give up a power play goal before the penalty's even been announced. And that's what we're seeing right now here at the Herb. Sturge takes a spill. Mallory with plenty of space. Outweights the defender. The shot off of Morvan's head and then off the body of a Rangers player, bounces through the blue paint. Somehow stays out though. So right now, Zuyev not being given an assist on the website. Zuyev did spring Lucas Spano, so I would be stunned if that didn't get changed. Lincoln Burns for getting the puck. But Zuyev plays it out. Skozasi has a step on Fairbairn, who blew a tire. Backdoor feed shot. A great save by Maven going post to post. Kyson Patterson had a golden opportunity to make it 2 goals in 2 minutes. But Maven manages to keep it out. Shot on display there. He recognized Fairbairn, took a spill, played it to the outside, and looked backdoor where he had a wide open Patterson. As Morvan covers that up. And Jake Mallory is immediately cut in front of by a couple of officials here at Herb. Off the draw, makes its way to the corner. Rung around the wall for Matthew Babby. His clearing attempt doesn't get out, but it makes its way to Lucas Spano. Spano crosses the blue line and plays it low for Babby. Babby nearly takes it away from Castle. Was looking for the hit, so when Castle lost it, he wasn't exactly ready to take it away. And now here's Antonio Surqua. Surqua finds Castle at the point. The shot deflects home. Jake Mallory deflects the point shot in past Morvan. And in the blink of an eye, the score is evened up at 1. It's been the wrist shots from the point, and a heavy dose of them so far. That one, exact reason why they get the deflection. It's Mallory's first of the season. Banked in by Irwin, but Castle calmly plays it away. Dumped back into the King zone, but Tucker was a little slow getting out of the zone. Castle patiently waiting behind his nets, as the lone assist on that goal being given to Kieran Riley, his 5th assist of the season. Irwin gives that away. Nikita Daryavin drops it back for Riley. Astri finds Daryavin, takes a step down the side. Astri nearly batted that one out of midair. Daryavin spins and fires. It gets blocked and ends up below the goal line. And it's cleared out and into the neutral zone, where Zev Zhang takes a spill, trying to play it, just sauces it up and over the stick of John Kenny. That was a dangerous play. And maybe lucky for Zev Zhang, it ends up being the right one. Here's Mark Daryavin. His pass deflects off the stick of Skozasi. Gets it back and banks it to Zev Zhang. McNeil can't hold the line. And Zhang throws a big hit on Skozasi there. Gets a big, we'll call it stick claps from the bench. Struble was hoping we'd see some deja vu on an on-goal dump in, and now Johnny Ringus trips over the circle. Looked over the official for a penalty, it never came up. Lachlan Larman walks in, shots stop. More Van giving up a juicy rebound there, but it's eventually cleared up and out. Another net guard on the ice right now. There's been laundry all over the place. Taken away from Zuyev by Jared McNeil. A good pass in front. Tried to find Mallory just off target. Now it's Lincoln Burns. Cuts to the front of the net. It's loose in front. Burns goes down and it's cleared out. Good job by Burns to avoid colliding with the goalie there. It's often the kind of play you see a big collision. And a good clearance there off the line. Surqua bumped off the puck. Banks it to the point though. Kuhn, his shot deflects into the far corner. Burns ships it. And everyone's gonna go off for a change. Much quicker pace here in the second period. Antonio Surqua with some nifty stick work to get around some Rangers, but loses the puck. Anderson now steps around Spano. Makes its way to Surqua. Spins off Braden Boyle. The point shot deflects in off a Ranger. And Ryan Fairbairn finally gets one past Morvan. It's back-to-back goals for King, who take a 2-1 lead. Looks like it's deflected off Matthew Earhart based on how they went down the line. No surprise, our camera operator thought that as well, who's got much better eyesight than I do. Season. A nice play by Warris, stepping up and breaking up the pass. The pass deflects to the corner. Played down low for Snyder. He tries to make a move but loses the puck. And now a chance the other way. The breakout pass for Finn Deneen rolls just under his stick. Finds a man in front, but it bounces over. Another deflected shot. This one goes high and over the net. Deneen bumped off the puck by Snyder. Cleared out by McGrogan. Irwin plays that into the corner. Daryavin just calmly plays it below the goal line, finds Finn Deneen. Irwin nearly takes it away. Instead, King with a chance. That shot blockered away. A good look from Matthew Anderson. Second effort covered up. He works through his point shots. 12 of his 13 points now assists. So it's not just the point shots, obviously. He moves the puck very well. Mallory sets a screen, kind of sells like he got hit up high. Whistle doesn't go either which way. Castle banks that off the sidewall. Mallory's shot deflects up and into the netting. An 05, so one of the more experienced players in this league. As Johnny Ringus races down the far side wing, tries to jump around Riley. Instead gives up the inside lane to the puck. Zuyev extends as far as he possibly can, but he can't clear it. Castle's shot misses high and wide. It's going to make its way back to center ice. Now a chance for North York. Skozasi drops for Ringus, was looking backdoor for Kenny. But a nice play to get a stick in the way. And this is exactly where the Rebellion want to be. When you're up 2-1, you can really start playing your game, especially when you like playing defensive, hard-nosed hockey. Zev Zhang banks it off the boards, finds Ryan Castle. Larmans tips the... No secondary assists on any of those goals. We know Zuyev is owed one. Here's Fairbairn at the point. Another wrist shot off the mask of Morvan, which I guess is a fancy way of saying he saw that one the whole way. Couldn't. Draw poked in front. Morvan's going to cover it up again. Back to the point. Fairbairn scoops up the loose puck. Throws it towards the goal. It's off the skates of McGrogan. Good pressure there by Evan Snyder, but he can't force a turnover. Takes it away, but Lachlan Larmon regains control. His shot hits his skate and up relatively quickly too. Waiting on Maven to get back to his net. Maven puts his water back. Mallory gives it away off the draw. Sturge plays it up, looking for Tucker, but the captain can't grab the loose puck. Mark Daryavin steps past Tucker and plays it into the Ranger zone. Snyder banks it off the board. Surkwa keeps it in. Below the goal line now, it's Mallory. Taken away by Zuyev. And forced to dump it up to Irwin, who takes a huge hit. Looks like that's going to be a penalty. It's going to be on Matthew Anderson. I think he left his feet on the check. Anderson. And to finally get to the letter that differentiates them two, you're just going to get the name Max Anderson on the back of a jersey. Back to the point now, Zuyev. Steps around the stick of McNeil, walks into the slot. Doesn't get through Snyder from the spot that Babby scored a couple goals in this season. Sends it through the blue paint, backdoor for Kenny. Can't play it off his stick, and it's cleared out and down the ice. I was wondering why they had an M and an N. Daryavin, but not the same thing for Anderson. There's your answer. Played up to Surkwa. He's just gonna flip it up and down the ice. Look at the forecheck here by Luca Astri, shorthanded. But Luca Spano grabs the loose puck, plays it up to Babby. Babby backs up, takes a huge hit. No penalty coming up. I think it's because he turned his back to the defender. And the Rangers power play gonna change units. 40 ticks to go on the man advantage, that is. Zuyev finds Connor Irwin. Steps around Mark Daryavin. Mallory spins and fires that out. And Morvan forced to leave his net because Finn Deneen right there. He gives it to Deneen. He's gonna spin back in the corner. A great effort down low by Deneen on the penalty kill. 15-20 seconds. Done and dusted. Here's Connor Irwin. Nearly split the defense, but gives it off to Lincoln Burns. A nice pass finds Matthew Anderson fresh out of the box. A 3-on-2. Anderson flips it towards the goal. And the Rangers flip it up and out of the zone back to 5-on-5. Morvan backhands it along the half wall again. the closest player, one for the King Rebellion. Lincoln Burns has it taken off his stick. Burns takes it away and dumps it into the Rebellion end. Slowly played off the wall, finding Lachlan Larmond. His backhand stopped by Morvan. Here's Braden Boyle. Takes it to the outside, tries to cut to the center. A great job by Justin Hune to box him out and prevent that from happening. Hune steps in front of that pass, making sure Braden Boyle doesn't get it. Zuyev up to Boyle, finds Kyson Patterson. Nearly taken away a few times by the Rangers here, and eventually Randy Mack takes it away, leaves it for Braden Boyle. Cross ice finds Kyson Patterson, but Mack was heavily contested below the goal line for the puck. Now Kyle Baston walks in, takes the shot, a kick save. And Kieran Riley's gonna play it back below the goal line. Riley pinches in to try and save the line. A nice individual effort here, played to the point. Shot goes wide of the net. It's Max Anderson on it. Daryavin below the goal line looking for Surqua. It hops over his stick, but McGill can't clear. A little give and go, backdoor feed. Have no idea where that went. Looked like it hit off a body on the clearing effort before the Rangers finally get it up and out. Mallory leaves it for Surqua. Surqua backdoor feed off target. Anderson steps away from Tilson, looks to get it to the point, gets it past Ringus. Castle was trying to back up to get in defensive position, takes a spill at center ice. And the net's off its moorings. As McNeil's having a conversation with one of the coaches, or one of the refs right now. And that's because the interim head coach of the Rangers is getting some sort of explanation from the officials as well. Might be maybe a warning about Morvan unintentionally knocking the net off, maybe intentionally knocking the net off, who knows. A great clearance, gonna go the length of the ice. Tries to play the draw forwards, immediately taken away. McGrogan holds the line and plays it below the goal line. It's taken away by the Rebellion. Larman steps around War. Fights off the check of Connor Irwin. McNeil walks out front, throws it towards the net. It's blockered away. And flipped up and out by the Rangers. Daryavin crosses over the Rangers line. Tries to play it in front. It's taken away and flipped right back into the King zone. Fairbairn with Boyle all over him. Opts to go for a skate. Finds Finn Deneen along the near side. He's rubbed off the puck by Zuyev. Good job by McGrogan to take it away. Now Matthew Babby uses his body to shield the puck away. But all things considered, maybe the perfect defensive play from the King defenseman. Here's Deneen, looking cross ice, takes a huge hit from McGrogan. It's Kieran Riley that made the great play on Babby. Final 5 seconds. The crowd builds in the corner. The shot It's after that one, a Ryan Fairbairn point and shot. You guessed it, deflected in by Matthew Earhart. We're just about to get started in the second period, but the officials looking at something behind the range. Draw one back to Kieran Riley. Castle plays it off a stick into the Rangers' end. Morvan nearly has another pass intercepted. This time, Anderson leaves it for Surqua. Surqua's got to hold up. He recognized Jake Mallory in offside. So he circles back, and it's dumped in by Anderson. Zuyev dumps that off the wall just past Mallory. Sturridge tries to fake out the defender there, or the forechecker, but him and Zuyev end up nearly colliding. Here's Matthew Babby, fakes the shot, takes the shot. Noah Maven. Can you make it look any more uncomfortable? But he manages to grab that in his glove and hang on. It's not going to count as an actual goal. Draw one to Kenny. His shot low and wide of the net. Tilson plays it below the goal line, but no Ranger nearby. Kenny holds the line and plays it back below the goal line. Hune spins off Ringus. Finally cleared out, but passed straight to Jacob McGill. Kenny fights off the check of Hune. And Fairbairn settles it down below his goal line. Morvan's been incredibly active playing the puck out of his paint today. Ringus hangs on to it, plays it ahead. Chips it past Mark Daryavin, tries to center it just through Skozasi. But a good play by the Rangers forward to take it back. Tries to split a few defensemen, instead it's taken away. Ward pinches up and keeps it in for the moment. Here's Skozasi, cuts to the front. Finds McGrogan, shot stop, the rebound. Sent to the corner, Kane Tucker has it. Good takeaway by McNeil. He's just gonna flip it up into the Rangers zone. Morvan gloves it and covers up. Point shot deflects just over the net. It was Luca Ashby who threw a huge hit there. And a couple of Rangers gonna make sure he feels that one. Chaos ensuing here. Looks like there was a penalty being called already. It's Connor Irwin hunched over after that hit. Brady War making his way to the penalty box. I'd be stunned if he was the only one. It's just Brady Ward going to the box. Advantage. It's plays like that typically start to tip the scales in terms of how the physicality plays out. Another late change for the Rangers. As the Rangers head coach is I think he's having the conversation with the officials. How are we shorthanded after that? Have to redo that draw. Johnny Ringus was ready to get down the ice. Back to the point now. Castle steps around Ringus. Surqua walks to the front of the net, avoids the check of Evan Snyder. But Snyder pokes it free. Takes a bump from Max Anderson, who's forced to retreat below his goal line. So War gets 2 for roughing here early in the third period. Anderson stops up at the top of the circle, finds Antonio Surqua. Back to the point, Castle to Anderson. The pass deflects straight to Surqua. Takes the shot, deflects just wide of the net. Surqua, one of those guys you talk about, and the best way to describe him is he looks like he's got the puck on a string. Here's Mallory, walks in, fans on the shot, the rebound cleared to the near side corner. Anderson flips to Castle, who can't keep it in. Snyder, one man to beat it, Surqua, so not exactly the easiest task. And Surqua takes it away and moves it the other way. Surqua tries to go inside out on his man, makes a centering pass while falling, and finds a way to get it back. Cleared out to center ice, and Kyson Patterson has a step. Walks in, knocked off the puck. A strong defensive play there by Jared McNeil. Walks in, backdoor pass. Man taken down in front. No call coming. McNeil has it taken away by Patterson, who's going to dump it down the ice, go for a change. 10 seconds to go on the man advantage now for King. A good kill for the Rangers. As we're back to 5-on-5 hockey. Pass bounces over the stick of its intended target. McGill rings it around the wall. McGrogan nearly loses it and eventually does. In front, McNeil, shot stopped. A nice save in tight quarters by Morvan. Fairbairn keeps it in. The shot from the point steered aside. Another one of those wrist shots that we've seen him take all too many of here this afternoon. I guess we're into the evening at this point. Here's McNeil, walks out in front. The long reach of McGill. Cleared out off the wall. Pass is kicked ahead by Spano. Lincoln Burns catches that one and crosses the blue line. Finds Spano, a nice pass that I don't know if Spano was expecting to get there. Centered in front, Spano's shot blocked, the penalty called. It's going to be 2 for slashing. And I imagine this is going against the Rebellion. To go in this third period, trailing by just 1. Draw 1 by the Rebellion, and it's sent all the way down the ice. Luca Astri aggressive on the penalty kill, blows a tire around the net. Zuyev brings it around the wall. Kenny pokes it free. Finds Evan Snyder back below the goal line to Spano. Spano dishes it back to Snyder. Rebound knocked off the net. The net way off its moorings. And the draw played back to the point. Zuyev walks in. Toe drag shot just wide of the net. Maven may have gotten a piece of it. Zuyev fakes out his man. Has it knocked off his stick. Kenny grabs that one before Fairbairn can get it in time. Otherwise, he might have had it a breakaway. And how often do you really see a defenseman get that kind of opportunity? Zuyev steps around Mallory. A nice move to get around Kieran Riley. Kenny's draw pass off the wall through the legs of Zuyev. 40 ticks to go on the man advantage. The Rangers struggling to get back into the offensive end. Kenny finds Lucas Spano, who loses it in his skates. As the puck goes up and into the... Draw 1 clean by Ringus to Connor Irwin. Irwin steps around a couple Rebellion players and plays it ahead for Lincoln Burns. Ringus nearly loses it, but it gets to Jaden Sturge. Now it's taken away and a chance for Jared McNeil. Tucker, a diving slash goes hard into the boards. McNeil's going to get a penalty shot here, and Tucker is injured behind the net. Tucker tried to make a Superman-esque play to knock the puck off of Jared McNeil, and the Rangers forward got up in the hands and then hard into the boards. McNeil, 5 goals already on the season. Walks in, takes the shot wide of the net. It's an effort he's probably gonna wanna have back. But for now, crisis averted for the Rangers. Worth noting, I guess we're not live on the air at this point, so we'll try and get this up online. I did have to step aside for a moment there, but it looks like Owen McGrogan into the box. 2 for tripping. I did see the official make the signal. Castle, shot just wide of the net. McGill pins his man up against the wall. Here's Surqua on it now. Up top, Castle finds Anderson, swing and a miss. And it's cleared out into the neutral zone. That man was watching too much Jays last night. Here's Anderson building up some speed. Goes to the outside, steps back in. A great rush there, ends up losing it towards the end, but he enters the zone clean. Castle's pass deflected and cleared out all the way back into the King zone. Castle finds Adam Smeaton. Smeaton off the wall to McNeil. Smeaton has it free as a couple players are battling along the wall. Now Justin Hune finds Lachlan Larman. It's blocked by Snyder, but doesn't get out. McNeil, a chance in front. Scores. Had the breakaway moments ago. Instead, the power play marker alone in front just flips it in over the glove of Morvan. And it's 3-1 now for King. King tried to get a switch in a bit late there by the looks of it. And now a 2-goal lead for the visiting Rebellion. Hune plays it up ahead. It's deflected in by Daryavin. Here's Jacob McGill. Fights off the check. Ringus is spun off of by Hune. Hune gets it back, has some space, shot blockered up and into the netting by Morvan. The power play goal by McNeil, the lone assist to Adam Smeaton, his 5th apple of the season. First power play goal of the game for the visiting Rebellion. Here's Kyle Baston down low, looking for Deneen. Deneen rubbed off the puck, and Skozasi can't get it out. Now it's Deneen, walks in front, Morvan makes a save. Mallory hunched over, took a big check at the blue line to make the physicality slowly ramping up here in the 3rd period. Makes its way to Kieran Riley at the point. The slap shot. Maybe the first we've seen from King today. And Morvan catches that one like a wide receiver almost. Off the chest and pins it against his body. And hangs on. Sturge plays it over to Zuyev, who loses it in his skates. And now it's Larman. Shot just wide of the net. Tried to go short side past Morvan. Sturge nearly takes it away. Now McNeil takes a hit but makes a play. Larman shot. This time he tried going to the far side of the net and misses wide again. Zev Zhang has done such a good job when pressured today, and you see it again there. Here's Smeaton. Was looking backdoor to McNeil but couldn't handle the bouncing puck. Larman was looking backdoor. Instead, McNeil shot stopped there and deflects up and into the netting. McNeil, one of a few players on King actually wearing a fishbowl here today. Not often you see that. Especially not in this frequency. As there's a couple on the bench right now. There's Senneman. Oh, no, it wasn't Mallory. It was Surqua out on the ice. Rocking the fishbowl as well. Surqua's pass taken away by Lincoln Burns. Burns chips it past Matthew Anderson. He gets knocked down. Can't give chase. Flipped up and caught by Brady Ward. McGrogan tries to bank it off the boards and out, and he does. Burns' pass just behind Randy Mack. The pass deflects in off the stick of Mallory. Icing waved off. Anderson plays it back below the goal line. Mack clears it up and out of the zone. Anderson tries to make the pass through his legs, but it's cleared out to Connor Irwin. Irwin has it knocked off his stick, and it goes straight to Surqua. Surqua cuts to the outside. A great job by Jacob McGill keeping the distance and then knocking it off his stick. Backdoor feed, a great save by Morvan. That puck rolls wide of the net. Icing waved off though. Irwin throws a big check. Tilson holds the line and the shot stopped. Nearly taken away there by the Rangers, but it's sent deep into their end. Bastian knocks Tilson off the puck. Spano throws a big check, causing Astry to lose his stick. The backhand from the point. You can make that the furrow here in the third period. Cleared up the wall. Ringus tried to poke it past Fairburn, but can't do it. Back into the Rangers' end. Zuyev finds Skozasi. Spins off the pressure of McNeil and Smeaton. The bang pass poked forward, but once again, Fairburn pushes it back into the Rangers' end. McNeil gives a little bit of a head fake as he skates past the Rangers' net. Zuyev's pass, icing waved off. Shot from a sharp angle, stopped by Maven. Pinned up against the wall. They jam away at it before finally having it pulled out to the near side corner. Zuyev holds the line, at least momentarily. Now Kenny has it. Walks in, his shot's blocked. Skozasi knocked off the puck. Zuyev's shot deflects up and wide of the net. Ringus all tied up, can't get his stick free. And it's back to Zuyev again at the point. All day to walk in. Toe drag shot. Deflects in. Hits the stick of Lachlan Larman. And it's gloved by Maven for a faceoff. Daryavin sends it to the far side, trying to get it out. Good play to flip it up and ahead. It's Matthew Earhart. Taken down along the blue line. Penalty coming up here to the Rebellion. It's gonna go for the penalty Ashley didn't get called for earlier. I'm not one of those people. But I'm gonna say it, this is as close to must score as they get on. A must score power play opportunity for the Rangers here. Down 2, 5:08 to play in the third period against one of, if not the best defensive teams in the OJHL to date this season. Babby finds Spano off the draw. Sturge just holds the line. But now it's pinned up against the wall. Looks like a rugby scrum in there trying to jar this puck free, and eventually Surqua takes it out. Surqua steps around Evan Snyder, walks in, creates some space. A great back check from Sturge, saving what looked like a golden opportunity for Antonio Surqua. Sturge sends it to the far side. Spano just gives it back to Sturge below the goal line. And look at this forecheck from King. This time it's Smeaton. McNeil can't handle the pass, and now Spano steps over the blue line, plays it below the goal line, nearly forces a turnover. Instead, it's dumped out and all the way down the ice. 3:57 to go here in the third period. Time running out for the Rangers. Irwin tied up by Deneen. Banked off the boards and under the glove of Nolan Tilson. Morvan spins off Max Anderson. Taken away, Deneen. A great opportunity shot off the glove of Morvan and goes wide. The best chance of this penalty so far goes to the Rebellion. And as we're about to be 5-on-5, a phenomenal kill by the visitors. Burns does a flyby there on Matthew Anderson, who's just gonna sit behind his net. Sent to the near side corner, Kyson Patterson. Surqua takes it away, has it knocked off his stick. Fairbairn just sends it to the far corner, because as long as it's on this half of the rink, the Rebellion got to be pretty happy with how this looks. Fairbairn takes the feed from Surqua. Point shot goes wide. The rebound, what a save. Morvan on the rebound. Stopped up and covered up. Mallory looks like got a late jab in, according to the Rangers. I thought it was loose. As both sides will get some changes in with 2.5. Off the official and straight to Randy Mack. Mack has it taken away by Hune. Played off the boards, a good play by Lachlan Larman, pokes it past McGill. Larman, what a back check there by Braden Boyle to jar it free. Felt the pressure and sent it to the near side with a Rebellion intercept and just play it into the Rangers' end. Under 2 to play. Randy Mack finds McGill. The pass hits a stick. Was intended for Kyson Patterson. A weird bounce there. A nice kick play by McGill. But it's sent right back into the Ranger zone. Under 90 seconds. We're entering, we're past entering. We're officially in now or never time for the Rangers. Back to the point. Castle sends it below the goal line. It's going to ring around the wall to Nikita Daryavin. Daryavin finds Earhart. It's almost like a keep-away drill in practice here. An absolute clinic being put on by the Rebellion. Daryavin walks in, shot stopped and held on to. As Morvan makes the save. We'll see if the Rebellion try and get some fresh legs out for this. But King happy with the group they have out there. Astri kicked from the spot. And Daryavin sends it back to Castle at the point. Castle takes a big bump from Babby, but plays it deep. Spano pushed up the boards, but past his intended target. Here's Nikita Daryavin. A big collision there. Both benches want a penalty for interference. As it's loose in front of the Ranger net, the whistle never went. And once again, the breakout pass off target. Here's Jaden Sturge. Knocked off the puck by Kieran Riley. Flipped down the ice. Anderson gets the pass from Surqua, who takes a big bump. 10 seconds to play here. Surqua has it taken away, but that's going to do it. A 3-1 win by the Rebellion. As Irwin trying to exchange words with Kieran Riley. A 3-1 loss for the Rangers here this afternoon. They'll pick up shortly later on in the week another game. This one on the road against the Lindsay Muskies. Meanwhile, King continues their 4-game road trip. They're up to bat Friday. Well, they'll take on the Aurora Tigers at the Aurora Community Center. That's all from us here this afternoon, with the Rebellion beating the Rangers by a score of 3-1. Have a good night, everybody.